Most people hate inflation, but what if you could use it to your advantage? So guys, the rise of prices over time, right? The appreciating cost of goods and services over time. A lot of people look at that like that's a bad thing, right? Because if you're a consumer, right, you want what? The cheapest price possible. You want the best deal possible. So with things increasing over time, with businesses increasing the price of their goods over time, the modern consumer is not generally happy with the existence of inflation, right? It's just not good for a consumer. But in this video, right, we're going to talk about some ways you can actually use inflation to benefit you and become rich, right? So inflation is always going to be existent, right? We know that. Your job is to do two things. Your main job is to use your money to benefit you, right? So ideally, right, you want to be in a career field or a business where you're in sales, right? Because an hourly wage employee, right, that you can't benefit from anything that pertains to inflation. But if you're in sales, right, whether you're in real estate, whether you're in retail, whether you're a sales rep for a company, whatever the case may be, your biggest goal should be to increase the amount of things that you sell in that company or in your own business. Because if the prices of goods increase over time, right, and businesses always increase their prices over time to match the market, then the better you sell, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more you're able to invest, right? And so when you invest your money, right, over time, whether it's in tech stocks, whether it's for, whatever you want to invest in, right? It doesn't matter. But the point should be that you want to invest your money into companies, into things that increase over time. And most companies, right, especially if you invest into companies that are a part of the S&P 500, your asset, the asset that you buy, will increase over time, right? Because again, inflation is good, right, for investors. So you want to position yourself, right, to be in the best seat possible to deal with inflation. And you do that by what? Being in sales, being able to sell, and simultaneously using that income earning potential in sales to invest that money to grow for you, right? So it's like a two-prong approach, right? And over time, as you do this, you will notice that your portfolios will grow. You will notice that your income, your earning potential will grow, right? And that is exactly how the rich stay rich. And this is precisely why the poor stay poor, because the poor fail to realize that this is how rich people become rich, or normal people, working and investing become rich. So, I'm not saying that you should just invest all your money and you should just, continue to do that. I mean, obviously you want to invest a good sum of your income, but you also don't want to get caught in the trap of being a wage slave, not investing your money at all, and then not having anything to show for 20, 30, 40 years from now. So, I wish we were taught this, because everyone is taught that inflation sucks, right? And it does suck, right? If you're someone who is an average earner, right, or maybe you don't work off commission, it sucks for you, because guess what? You don't have the inflation, the rise of prices doesn't benefit you at all. But if you're commission based, right, the more you sell of a product, right, and if again, like month to month, you make a certain amount, the more you sell of it and the increased price of that product over time, that is how you can increase your income, right? And so you match that with your monthly or weekly investments into growing assets. That's your equation right there. And if you do that year after year after year after year after year after year, decade after decade, that's when you see massive returns. That's when you increase your income, and that's when you increase your portfolio returns. And that's how you beat poverty, per se, right? I would argue that, that is the way you beat poverty, right? And see, most people don't look at it that way. Most people think that inflation's here to kill us. Inflation's here to eat us slowly, right? And, kill our pockets, kill our bank account. but you can actually find a way, right, through this method that I'm discussing to benefit from it, right? And I actually never thought about this. Once I really started to think for a second, wait a sec. If places like Walmart, places like McDonald's, places like Coca-Cola, places like tech companies, Amazon are increasing the price of their goods over time, right? People who work for these companies who are earning a commission or a bonus, right? The better they sell, right? The more money they make, they're winning, right? But again, if you're someone who's just a wage earner, right? Sorry, these bugs are like ridiculous, guys. I'm sorry. If you're just working hour to hour, right? That is not good. That is not good at all, because you are not benefiting from it. And if you're not, and here's the thing that sucks about this. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna put my shirt on. Give me 1 second. Getting eaten alive. Yeah. So one thing that would suck for you, right, if you don't increase your income, is that you become it actually hurts you. It doesn't stabilize you, or it doesn't, you know, have like no effect on you. It hurts you because you're either benefiting from it, you're either the victim of inflation or you're the benefitor from inflation, right? There's no in between. So you have to get to a point where you're benefiting from it. And I'm telling you that if you don't benefit from it, you're going to be at the mercy of it. And again, it's tough because it's like, you know, most of us are taught that it's a bad thing, that we're just going to get screwed, our money's going to get boiled over time, and we're going to be left to dust financially. But that's not true, right? So anyways, guys, I mean, you want to position yourself in a career where you can increase the amount of sales you make, or the amount of, if you're doing social media, you want to increase the amount of volume you can get out to the market. And as time goes, the increase in income over time, right? If you're a business owner, you can increase your prices over time, right? And that's how you become rich. Now, you don't want to screw people over, right? Obviously, but this is the game of life, guys. There's winners and there's losers. There's people who sell, there's people who deliver value to the market, and there's people who are not in leadership roles or in low positions who don't care to deliver value to the market, and as a result are at the mercy of inflation and don't benefit at all, and it actually hurts them over time. So I want you guys to be in the driver's seat. I want you guys to benefit from inflation, and you can become rich over time if you do this process. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and the bugs, make sure to like the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.